So it's really our collective challenge.
What may have been the biggest challenge for Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella came much earlier in his career.
I was 29 when Zain was born. For my wife Anu and me, he was our first child.
At that time, there was no way for Nadella to know how the birth of his son Zain back in 1996 would change his outlook on life.
Excel being our front-end tool.
That's him around that time. Nadella had only been working at Microsoft for 4 years. He and his wife, both overachievers, both only children themselves, anxiously awaiting their firstborn.
The night he was born, everything changed. Because he was born because of in utero asphyxiation with severe case of brain damage, which led to cerebral palsy. And then, in all honesty, for a few years thereafter, I was really thrown, a real curveball, because all my plans were out, and I sort of said, why did this happen to me? What happened to us?
Questions that continued as Zain grew. He's now 21 years old. He's nonverbal and requires a wheelchair to get around. Nadella says for him, watching his wife put together a team of doctors and therapists, all dedicated to help Zain, changed everything.
And that's what I think ultimately woke me up to recognize that nothing happened to me. Something happened to Zain, and it was my responsibility as a father to step up.
It sounds like it's changed who you are as a father. How's it changed how you are as a CEO?
That realization, that ability to see through others' eyes, I think is one of those hard lessons one only learns through one's own life's experience. But it shapes you, not just at home, but as a leader.
Over here, what you're doing?
Empathy that Nadella says serves him every day.
Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella.
So when he's not speaking to tech conferences like this one in Seattle,
we can teach computers to learn human language.
And leading Microsoft's roughly 120,000 employees worldwide, he's focused on driving innovation, making technology more accessible.
So that we can empower every person.
For people who are blind or have limited vision.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
The company has created an app that narrates the world around them.
Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads.
Microsoft teamed up with former NFL and Washington State football player Steve Gleason, giving him and others with ALS the ability to control a wheelchair with just the gaze of their eyes.
But because of technology, people like me are able to remain productive and purposeful for years, even decades.
I think where technology is going is to really help empower more people to be able to accomplish more. And that's, I think, a responsibility we have.
Microsoft has also made inclusive hiring, bringing on those with disabilities, a priority.
What drives you professionally?
As a CEO, ultimately I do take accountability for the culture that we create. The 100,000 plus people in the company, I want them all to be able to find this Microsoft platform to be useful in them finding deep meaning in their work.
What drives you personally as a husband and a father?
The importance of being able to find that harmony between your life and your work, I think is so important.
Are you getting closer?
Some days I get, and some days I regress it, but each day I try to get better.
Which takes us back to Zain and the journey they have traveled together. Son teaching father about the value of empathy. Father helping son reach his full potential.
How do we really make sure that Zain's life can be rich with love of all the people around him, and we give him every opportunity to live a full life?